Raf's story began in a small town, where dreams seemed too big for the place that housed them. As a young boy, he was always on the move, running through fields, climbing trees, and pushing his body to its limits, even if he didn't realize it at the time. Sports became an outlet, a way to channel his boundless energy and an emerging desire to compete. But Raf wasn't just any child with a love for physical activity. He had a fire within him that burned brighter with each challenge. He didn't just want to play. He wanted to win, to be the best, to push himself beyond what others thought was possible. This burning desire became the cornerstone of his journey to becoming an elite athlete. A journey that would be marked by triumphs, setbacks, and an unwavering commitment to his goals. Raf's early years were marked by small victories that laid the foundation for his future success. He joined the local track team, not because he was the fastest, but because he wanted to test his limits. His coaches noticed his raw talent, but more than that, they noticed his work ethic. Raf wasn't content with being good. He wanted to be great. His mornings began before the sun rose, with grueling workouts that left him exhausted but satisfied. His afternoons were spent in school, where he struggled to balance academics with his growing passion for athletics. Evenings were for practice, pushing his body through drills that tested his endurance, speed, and mental fortitude. But with every small victory, every race won, every personal best broken, came the realization that greatness wasn't easily achieved. Raf learned that talent could only take him so far. It was his dedication, his discipline, and his willingness to outwork everyone else that would make the difference. Just as Raf was gaining momentum, adversity struck. During a particularly intense training session, he felt a sharp pain in his leg. It was an injury that would sideline him for months, a setback that threatened to derail his progress and crush his spirit. In the weeks that followed, Raf struggled not just with the physical pain, but with the emotional toll of being unable to train. He watched from the sidelines as his competitors continued to improve, while he was confined to physical therapy sessions and limited mobility. Doubts began to creep in. Would he ever regain his former strength? Would he be able to compete at the same level? But Raf wasn't one to back down from a challenge. He used this time to not only recover, but to strengthen his mind. He began to study the mental aspects of athletics, understanding that physical prowess was only part of the equation. He focused on visualization techniques, imagining himself back on the track, stronger and faster than before. He worked on his nutrition, ensuring that his body was receiving everything it needed to heal and come back even more powerful. When Raf finally returned to training, he was a changed athlete. The injury that could have ended his career became the catalyst for a new level of commitment and resilience. He was no longer just competing with others. He was competing with himself. As Raf continued to push forward, he encountered a mentor who would change the course of his journey. This mentor, a retired Olympian, saw in Raf the same hunger for greatness that had driven him during his own career. Under his guidance, Raf's training regimen became more focused, more strategic. It wasn't just about working harder, it was about working smarter. The mentor taught Raf the importance of balance, between training and rest, between physical and mental preparation, and between ambition and patience. Raf learned that greatness wasn't achieved overnight. This relationship also introduced Raf to the concept of mindfulness in sport. He learned to harness his thoughts, to remain calm under pressure, and to approach each competition with a clear, focused mind.